So, we think we are live. Josh, hello, how are you?
I am fine. I've been doing great. And let's hope for a very good meeting. And I hope that everyone who joins can also take a valuable lesson from it. So, yeah, let's get
Okay,
started.
so I want to thank in the very beginning your help, and I welcome you as a mentor for this year Google Summer of Code, and not only for the Summer of Code. Remember that we are a community that we all year long we work on the different kinds of programming near to the Liquid Galaxy project. So thank you, Josh, for the work you have been doing in the past months and the helping us in organizing the community with Discord and so on. And yes, that's the point. Today, the agenda is just to make a short review of the Google Summer of Code and also to talk about how the Liquid Galaxy project goes for this Summer of Code. So please, Josh, if you can share your screen with the slides.
Sure.
So let's go now to the first slide. Yes, that's me. So I want to make a very short presentation of both the community and the Summer of Code. For this, I'm going to change the screen. I'm gonna show you on other screen next to us what is our main site. Also, I have to mention again because it's good to honor the people that work with us, that the new style of the website, the liquidgalaxy.eu, has been remade by Josh. We appreciate all the mentors and senior teams. Thank you for your work, Josh. It's better, cleaner and better looking now. And I will say for everyone that we have plenty of different menus on the top of, you can find different documentation, images, videos. Most of the open projects we have, that means that those are projects that we focus all year long on developing around besides those. And also we have the historic of the many people that comes by our laboratories in the world. Remember that we have 4 laboratories. The main one maybe is located in Lleida, where I am living in Spain, but we have also in New York, in Sydney, and also in Facens University in Sorocaba, Brazil. So also, there are plenty of people coming to the laboratories for real, in presence, or also remotely. So in these coding internships, you will see some of the reviews of the many students comes. Not all, because there are hundreds. And the most important thing for today is that we only have one page, one post, unique post for the Google Summer of Code. And you can scroll by and you will see always some sticky notes in the very beginning, things that are very important, like our very large mentor team we have this year. Um, and also the most important later is the 20 different project ideas we have for this year GSoC. And also the very first thing is the pre-selection requirements. Most of you in the Discord channel are starting to create those contents. We have received 6 videos. 4 of them I already posted in our website, and we hope to be receiving more. And just for you to try to go to GSoC. But I have to say one thing in the very beginning is, remember, please, everyone, that we are not on GSoC. Google Summer of Code program will be announcing on February 23rd which organizations are being accepted by Google this year to be on GSoC. So we have to work, because after Google accepts the organizations, the agenda accelerates. But till the 23rd, February 23, no one knows if it's on GSoC. But we have to work hard, because when we reach this day, we need to work even harder. So we are doing well. So what else more? You have the starting videos from the possible contributors: Aditya, Pratash, excuse me for my bad pronunciation of the Indian names, Soham, Sudanio, and also, as I said, there are a few more that are going to be introducing to the website in a few days, because we are open source and we usually try to show up everything we do. So on January 23, we presented our proposal to Google, and then on February 23, we will know it. We've been accepted for this year. So what else? Most important, we've been doing plenty of presentations for this year in many different places, both in presence and also virtual. You can see the streaming sometimes here. I would say some of them are in English, some of them are in Spanish, and also, for example, we have here, this is more, lots of important, is the one that Google by itself recorded to us for the community, and it's on the Google site. And what else? From here you have the agenda, and then we have the ideas project for this year. That's the most important. So here you have the 27 different project ideas that we have presented for this year. Remember that those are our as project ideas we have, but you as possible contributors, you can send us new ideas and say, for example, I wanted to do, I don't know, what kind of API or application, or I don't know. There are plenty of things to be able to program for our community and so on. So it's up to you to also to present new ideas. Remember that the ideas come by your senior mentor team, that people that has been for years, and we create those ideas, but then also other new contributors can create other ones. Also, remember, all the information is in the Google Summer of Code master page from Google itself. And here you will be reading other informations, such as statistics, what is Summer of Code, how to become a contributor, and the most important is you can see here what are the organizations that has been in the GSoC for the past years, and also on 23 you will be able to see which ones are selected for this year. So for my side, this was the thing I wanted to say. Just take a look at our website. liquidgalaxy.eu, take a look at the Google Summer of Code on-site, and then from there you can start to work on different things. Is there another page? Could you please? Yes, this one. So on the website we have plenty of images, but only I will explain those three. Liquid Galaxy is a cluster of computers that every computer runs on with a screen, and we have when we started this back in, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago, there was something like 6 systems around the world, 6, and now there are more than 1,000. So there are plenty of different configurations. Here you can see 3 only, but we have plenty of other different formats. Most of the people are working with virtual boxes and in their own computer, and because not everyone has access to many other computers. But the nice thing about the Liquid Galaxy is it can be a very enormous projection. And you can see, for example, this one on the right down, that this is on a museum in Paris that has 2, 4, 5, I think it's something like 30, 25, 30 screens on the floor. Even you can walk over. It's amazing. You can control it from 4 sides of the rectangle, because we have podiums on every side. On the left down, there is an installation on a very important company doing real estate. This is based in Los Angeles. Those are images are main. And also on the top is the most older system we have. It's called the Liquid Galaxy, Jada Liquid Galaxy. It was 8 screens in 36 degrees form factor. And those are only 3, but we have dozens of different form factors for showing up the information. I wanted to say this because when you as contributors wanted to create new ideas, you also can think about what is the format those ideas will be shown up in the best way. So imagine you wanted to make an application, I don't know, again, for an industry. So maybe the screens have to be this way, or maybe it has to be several lines. I don't know. But the point is that Liquid Galaxy can have different form factors, presentation ways. And also and I'm finishing, this will be, if hopefully it's all 13 years on Google Summer of Code, till the 23rd we will not know. We've been something like 83 persons working on projects with Google support, and more than 600 students in total collaborating with the Liquid Galaxy project. So it's been a long way, and we hope to be continuing with the help of our big team mentor. And that's for my side. So Jazz, it's up to you. You can continue with the presentation.
Sure. So I am Yashraj. I am a developer with a strong focus on user experiences to create stunning user interfaces and have good user experience. And I'll be talking about that. And also I will clarify your roadmap for GSoC 2023. So yeah. Let's start with some general ideas. So first, you need to connect to the Discord server and join our community. We have a lovely community. We have been doing a lot of collaborative work there, and we'll be seeing you shortly. I hope this meet brings a lot of more people. And start with making your own LG rig. So there has been a lot of documentations, and we update our documentations every year. There can be a new version of VirtualBox or a new version in some other dependencies that can create some changes. But yeah, we always are updated with our work, and you can also contribute to our docs. So always follow the Google Summer of Code timeline. There is a timeline for what you have to do, and the selection timeline, the mid evaluation, the end evaluation, and you always have to be punctual. So yeah, this is one thing. Be punctual from the very start, so it doesn't hurt you at the end. And look at the projects that are already developed on our GitHub page. We have a lot of projects, and I'll be showing you some coding and contribution guidelines where I will show you how you can look up on the projects and how you can familiarize yourself with the code base in the given time. And lastly, stay in touch with us. Stay in touch with your mentors. Stay in touch with your admins. We are always here to guide you, and you can use our Discord server for that. So what is Liquid Galaxy? Liquid Galaxy is a remarkable panoramic system. And it started off from Google as a 20% project in 2008. And Liquid Galaxy project has extended from there. And we have been continuously improving our open source applications and doing a lot of immersive panoramic experience. It is like a headless VR. And we have a cluster of computers that are running Google Earth on it. So as you can see on the left side, there is a picture of the La Palma. This is from my app, which is the La Palma volcano eruption. Basically, the Cumbre Vieja volcano had a lot of impact, like several tons of sulfuric acid sulfur dioxide was released into the air, and a lot of gases were released, which caused harm, and lava flowed across like 10,000 hectares of land and several things. And we can visualize all such incidents and everything onto the Liquid Galaxy in a very beautiful manner. So let's keep going. The project ideas. We have published our 27 project ideas. You can see it on our official website. And all of these project ideas have come from either the senior mentors team or some wannabe contributors. And all of these project ideas, I have gone through all of them, and I want you to also go through them and select at least like one or mainly three. You can apply up to three projects as per GSoC guidelines. So choose the idea that suits you best. I remember in my time, I had this idea that the volcano eruption thing is a catastrophe, and some volcano eruption tracker can help the people. So why don't I put my efforts to this, and why don't I like create a volcano eruption tracking tool? So I want you to have something that suits your interest, because then you will keep going. It will make you like strengthen you and give you enthusiasm to keep going for that. And you are also welcome to propose your own ideas. Like if you have something in mind and you feel that it can be done on the Liquid Galaxy rig, you are definitely welcome. You can email us on our official website, or you can put it on Discord first, and we will always acknowledge it. And you are expected to have some knowledge of networking, which I think those who have already started developing their Liquid Galaxy rig and those who have also gained some knowledge of what is the IPv6, what is the connection establisher, how NAT networking is working, and how everything is VirtualBox is doing under the hood, and some VBox managed commands as well. And second thing is UX. So people often create stunning apps, but sometimes they don't have a good user experience. Like someone who doesn't know about these apps much, or someone who is trying from the scratch, and he tries your app and he faces some challenges. So I will be telling you how to create such good user experiences and such apps and front-facing projects which have good functionalities also, and some experiences that can be useful to the user as well. And collaboration. So collaborate with each other. I have been seeing that in our Discord we have been collaborating very well. So yeah, hats off to that. And I want you to understand that how it is working. So every repository will have a contribution or a readme. It will tell you how you can contribute to them, and it will also give you a basic outline of what it is doing. So I want you to know how it is helping you and how the readme is helping you, and also to tell others, like collaboration is a teamwork creates dream work. So you need to help each other, and I will be laying stress on this later as well. So most of the project ideas are always like published, and all of the details, all of the references, guides are always like mentioned. But still, if you have some doubt, feel free to ask us. We are always there for you. So coding and contribution guidelines, like how can someone contribute? If someone is like very new to this and wanted to know that how can he or she and know that how to filter these repositories and how to know which repository to look at. So say if you are looking for Flutter, so you can just go to GitHub, and on our Liquid Galaxy lab, basically our organization on the GitHub, you can select the language of your choice. There are filters available when you select repositories, and you can select, like I have an image supporting this on the right side, telling that Dart is selected, which is basically the coding platform for the Flutter app. And when you have selected your language, you can like go through this app and what it is doing. Like I have been seeing some people asking me that how it is this SSH is working and how they can look at it, some shared preferences and how it is working. So yeah, you can definitely understand it by going through the code base, spending some time on it. There are lots of projects. Some are very simple, some have like some complex features. But when you will get a basic idea, I'm very sure that everything would be very crisp and very clear. Then I believe that it is uphill at the very beginning, but when you have like a crisp knowledge of it, everything is very easy from that. So we will also talk about that first. Right now, what you are creating is a normal app. You can create a sample app and show us, and it can have like just 4 buttons that have been mentioned on our side. If you want to do something extra, make it connect to the Liquid Galaxy, make it send some KML data, some flyers, and some things that some points, place marks, polygons, whatever you feel is good. And we will be looking on good looking user interfaces later, but not at this stage. At this stage, you need to just understand. It is basically your understanding that matters right now, and your enthusiasm. So let's keep going. Collaboration. So an integral part of development is collaboration. What I understand it is, if you need help, don't be shy. Show your full self. Show that you need that help, and show that how you can be beneficial if you know something. Always have this enthusiasm and initiative that you can help your mates and work as a team. You know that all of these projects, maybe not everyone knows everything, and maybe something that we don't know and some debugging we are struggling with. Always be happy to share your thoughts and know that what you're dealing with, even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. And there is nothing wrong in helping your teammates. If you are a wannabe contributor, then you can always like come to our like focus by helping others. Like we want someone who can help you, who can learn and grow. This is a collaborative community, and we inspire people to have like work as a community and know that teamwork will create your dream work. Lastly, you can show your strength. Let us know what you are good at. Also, let us help you overcome your weaknesses. And past year, we also had this excellent collaboration going on among the contributors. And this year, I also hope. And one more thing, aside from what is mentioned here. So development is like an ocean, and we are all ships in the ocean. And making someone else's ship sink won't make your sail farther. So always help each other. You can take directions from each other and help each other. So yeah, let's keep going. And we have accessibility. Basically, the apps that we are trying to make, we want them to be built for everyone. Now, what do I mean by accessibility? An estimated of 1.3 billion or 16% of this global population has a significant disability, which could be in hearing, which could be blindness, partial or total, or any such thing. And we want that our apps could be like benefit for everyone. Now, how do we overcome this and create such apps? Like you have already seen YouTube, how it comes with captions and how it can help you. It not only benefits someone like who cannot hear and wants to see those captions, but also like if I am doing something and I am unable to understand the accent, or if it is a different language and there is a caption for the translated text, it will surely help me. So it is a feature for some and benefits to everyone. So create such good user experiences and perform some usability testing. Now, what is a usability testing? There is a very good book by Steve Crook called Don't Make Me Think. And I want you to read that for creating good user experiences. So your apps can be benefit to everyone. But I have a gist of it and I will be telling you. So once a month, you can do this testing and debriefing. Morning, you can start like testing, by which I mean, make someone use your app. Like it can be your friend, it can be your family member, it can be your neighbor, and they're using your app. Don't lead them or tell them how it is working. Let them struggle through it, let them muddle through it, and let them think that how it is working. And lastly, you can ask them that what you thought this button might do or what you thought it would do. So you get the knowledge of how you can improve it, how you can create a stunning user experience. By which I don't mean it should look good, it should work good as well. So you can have Google Speech, or what we call it as OK Google, and how it can help in your app. You can search these features and also create big headings, create a good contrast. Say no to small text of low contrast. You don't want that it is barely visible and it is on your app. And for the web, I would say have alt text for images. So if it passed through a screen reader, user can know what the image was about. It should have a keyboard navigation, and the forms should have clear labels so one could know. Basically, these things are for good user experiences. And the key takeaway from this is at least 3 times you can like test your app the way I have told about usability testing. And maybe I would really encourage you to have accessibility. Like it is something that must be done and something that should be done. And even Google is doing it. So while Lord Liquid Galaxy, we are open source and we want to provide it, and it should be built for everyone. So yeah, let's keep going. And proposal writing, something that you might have been asking me or asking other mentors or admins, or you might have thought of that, how do I write a good proposal? What is the art of writing a good proposal? So firstly, you can copy your master document. To start off, you can know that a master document has a basic template, and start off by creating an indexing or a table of contents. Know that what you want to like properly have the table of contents, where you will tell that how I am going to proceed, or what I'm going to show first, then what is the next thing, what is the next thing. Start off with your background. Tell us about yourself. You can add your resume if you like, and tell us about your interests. This is a very good part. People usually skip it. People think that showing interest is like writing some extra lines and they don't mean anything. No, they do mean something. If you would tell us that what you want to do and how enthusiastic you are to do this, it will really like create an edge over others for you. And start off with a project description after this. Tell us what is the roadmap according to you. What do you think would be used? What do you think would be the what do you think would be the parts and participle of this, and how you would make it? Create some good mock-ups. Tell us about that, how your app would look like, how the app screens would look like. I have added a supporting image for this. Like on the right side, you can see a Liquid Galaxy rig and how my app is sending this data. So basically, this screen is how I was able to control Google Earth with the help of Google Maps, and how you could do this, and how it has been done in the past. Like we can have a space navigator for doing this, or we can have in-app embedded Google Earth or Google Map, or we can just have some buttons that can have a fly to action. So you can view various scenes or KML onto the Liquid Galaxy. Finally, add some use cases. What is the use of your app? What are the uses that it could be education, it could be geography. Maybe someone pursuing PhD might be able to use it because it has references or information for it, and stuff like that. Also, UML diagrams. UML is called Unified Modeling Language, which is a language for creating such diagrams, and it is universally accepted. So you can create such sequence or use case diagrams, and this diagram will help us to know that what you are doing, what is the first step. Like first you go to settings and establish a connection, then you click this button, this button will rotate across the liquid galaxy, or this button will go to this particular point and stuff like that. And then add some tech stack. Tell us about what are the new technologies that you are using. Are you using some plugins, or what are the various things that you have thought of doing? It might change later on, but it doesn't matter. At this stage, we want your roadmap, and we will always have a comment access. Like, we will be able to comment and tell you that maybe something can clarify it better. Maybe if you write some things, or maybe if you can use, instead of this technology, you use a JSON format, and then you take the information of for KML, stuff like that. And most importantly is the timeline. You have to write like how you will be proceeding, what is the work that you would be doing, and see the GSoC timeline as well. Like, what is your thinking about the first few weeks, what you will be doing, what you will be doing before the mid, what you will be doing before the end, and how you think that it would be divided like in a uniform manner, that you can do it and without struggling hard at any particular time. So yeah. And work logs, how you document your work is very important. So this is something that after getting selected, and how you will show that, how you will show your mentors what work you have done. You can add start off by many ways. Google Sheet is one way that I picked, and there could be medium like articles that people post on, and some people will use Notion, but yeah, Google Sheet is the best. Like, for me, I am saying that. And you can write your work done per day there, work done per week, and what was the possible bugs and blockers. Now remember, always be as descriptive you can. It doesn't matter if it is very technical term or not, but be descriptive. So if your mentor is mainly reading this, he can know that what is the possible solution for it, and maybe he can comment on it and tell you. And basically, based on that, you can tell your upcoming work plan, and you can add that later. So yeah, this is something very important, how you can document your work. And it is very important because collaborators, when you're working as a team, then if someone else is using your work, or someone else is seeing it, and it is half finished basically, and you would be knowing that what you were doing, but he might not be able to know. And if you leave your work for say 2-3 days, you don't want to work, and if you would start off later, then you can look back at your work log, that what you were doing. So yeah, this is important for you. Lastly, I would talk about launching your app. So yeah, this is very crucial, and I am laying some stress from the start that we want our apps to be published on the Liquid Galaxy Lab account on our Play Store. And your apps are published for their usefulness and their recognition. And app publishing does happen at a later stage, not like right now, before the end. And we would be passing our instruction guide also for this. But still, some stress must be laid, because this is very important. This is for a successful GSoC that you have to do it. And once your apps are approved, what I mean by approved is the necessary key takeaway is it should be having the digital signature. Now, don't worry if you don't know about what is a digital signature, or don't worry if you don't know how to create a published or a released version. But just do know that it would be something that you have to do at a later stage, and we would have an instructions for it. And your app should be published before the GSoC timeline. So you can, like, when you believe and you're confirmed that your app should be like ready as per your thinking or as per your proposal, then you can like email us or write on our Discord channel that you that we must have a look on your app, and if it is like approved by us, then it is ready to go to the Play Store. So yeah. Now this meeting wouldn't be finished unless you brought some questions for us, and also we would like if you can share your thoughts. Now you can just directly go to our Discord server. We have the link on the YouTube as well, and also some of you have already joined it. And feel free to share your thoughts. We will comment on that. And if you have some questions, feel free to ask on the community channels. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Josh, for your great presentation. And we will wait for questions. There are a few ones. But first, let me make send a special salute to our colleague Andrew that joined the Discord channel a few minutes ago. He's been a senior mentor for years and years, since the very beginning of the Liquid Galaxy project. Now on the screen you can see also a few photographs of their Wonderama laboratory that they have at his university in Australia. So we send Andrew a salute from wherever places we are, because what is your, do we wait for some answers, questions? Yes, what is your location in India?
I am situated in Lucknow right now in India, And yeah, I've been doing that meet from there.
Good. So you are here. I am in Lleida, Spain. Andrew is in Sydney. I think he has to be almost going or sleeping now because time zones are this way. So we can start with the answers. And for this, I will ask you, please, Josh, to stop by the presentation, the slides, just to be us on the screen only. Okay, perfect. So, do you want to read the first question? And let's see.
Yeah, just opening it. So this is the first one.
I will see that there is only. I don't see any more match. I hope other people are writing at this moment.
Yeah, some are typing right now. So yeah, we can read for them.
Let me read the first one. All the projects that have been mentioned on the Liquid Galaxy website till now will be available to contribute in GSoC, or only those projects will be available that are selected by the GSoC administration. So, let me try to explain and to answer and be if I am able to explain. So, the project that we have now, let me show you on our Liquid Galaxy post. 1 second. Those are coming. I'm launching them. Nice new teams from developer Josh. So those are project ideas that every organization has to have before being applied to Google Summer of Code. So we have to have as organization some ideas. In this case, as you can see on the screen, and you can see on the Liquid Galaxy EU website, we have presented to the contributors 27 ideas. Those are only ideas. So you can apply to one of these ideas or till 3, as just mentioned. Google allows contributors to present till 3 different projects. So you can apply to 3 different projects. And then you can apply to one of these projects, or you want to apply to one project you present by yourself. I mean, you can say, okay, I saw just last year did a project about a volcano in I don't know which island, so I've seen we have another volcano in Hawaii, and I want to present a project like this. I mean, there are thousands of projects you can do with Liquid Galaxy. So, I mean, this is something like to present data over a map. So there is plenty of different possibilities. So you can follow one of our proposals, or you can present one of our idea by you. If you present an idea, the senior mentor teams will evaluate if the idea is nice for the project, and maybe we will study to go for this idea. Is that clear, Josh? Do you think? Any other?
Very clear. And let's wait for some more questions.
Okay.
And I believe someone was typing. And Amanjot says that very informative session. He personally loved how I explained the GSoC project. Yeah, thank you, Amanjot. And I hope you have some key takeaways or some valuable lessons to help you and collaborate, not only like right now, but in future as well, for your future endeavors.
What time is here in your time zone, Josh? What time is?
It is 4 o'clock in the evening right now.
4 o'clock in the evening. Andrew says that it's 9:30 in Sydney, Australia. So it's not as late. I was thinking as well. I didn't remember what was the difference. So let's wait for a few minutes. That is reading something. We have plenty. I expect more questions, but maybe people is shy. For Android app development, is the provision to use Kotlin language available? So, okay, perfect. Today, you can see me plenty of Flutter related imagery here. I have an Android, I have a Dash, I have 2 pins of both Dart and Flutter. So as a community, we decide a few years ago to go for the projects to be run on an Android tablet. So you can use any language that runs on an Android tablet. This means you can go Kotlin, you can go Dart plus Flutter. I mean, you can choose. You can go Java, Android, regular, basic one. And also, of course, you can go other languages. But what is the question and the problem? We have been been developing many projects. So when we develop projects that are very tied to certain kind of technology that you have to maintain the code, and also you have to maintain a server. This is for us as a community is very hard. Even it's harder when you try to use technologies that have to go for a cloud service, so a paid service. It happens a few years ago that the student incorporates several layers of Firebase. Theoretically, they have a very large tier of Firebase calls for free, but the application of the students overpass those free calls. So we have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month for the student application. So we finally decide to get rid of the applications because we don't have the budget to pay for this. So for this reason, and also because we think that mobility is king now, and it's also very much easy to maintain the application. If you develop a good Android, Flutter, Dart, Kotlin application at this moment, it will be with us for many years without any maintenance, almost any maintenance. If you develop some other kind of code, it will be harder. Also, there is another very important point that give us for this decision is that visibility for the project and for you as the developer. If your application is developed in Android, we will post the application in our Liquid Galaxy Lab account in Play Store. So hundreds, thousands, millions, maybe people can see your application and maybe download it and use it. So this is the point: visibility for you, visibility for the project, and also easiness of maintenance. So the answer is yes, you can use Kotlin and Dart, Android. But if your idea is that you want to run it, for example, we have plenty of ideas in the project ideas patch that are based on Node.js because we do things with Chrome browsers. So you have to go Chrome browser, but the controller will have to be developed on a tablet always, and use that Dart, Kotlin, Flutter, whatever combination you want. Java. But for good, we do not want projects using some other kind of server-side applications. Sorry, Allstars. I already answered your question, I think. Yes. For the Chromium-based projects, the application are launched on the Play Store. You can see that if you go to let me show you for 1 second. Let's go to the web page. Let me show you in the very beginning of our website, we have a link to the Play Store. And this is our Play Store. And here you can see all the applications we have developed. And you can see the controllers of the different, for example, Liquid Galaxy Retro Gaming. This is a Node.js application, Chromium based, and this application is only the controller application. You need to run other code on the Liquid Galaxy machines, Galaxy Asteroids, and there are some other ones. So the answer is yes. The application has to be the controller application will be published in the Play Store. And also, one thing we are very proud of. Last year we accomplished one very amazing thing is that we publish every project application before GSoC ends. So before end of August, we have all, I will say 10, but it was not right because one student for health problem discarded the program. We have 9 new applications on the Play Store. This means that, as I said, you as developer have plenty of visibility. You can say, I have developed an application that is already on the Play Store, and people is seeing that and they downloaded it and so on. What else? Could you please just respond to Amanhot's answer?
Yeah. So what Manash says is, do it need to be a tablet?
The other one, Amanhot one.
Okay. So basically, the project is made available only if someone wants to contribute to the project, right? So we have 27 ideas available, and remember that when the selection would happen, would be around 10 students. So the projects that would come under like the selected ones that like you have interest in like several projects, and finally only 10 of them the students would be filtered, and depending on the projects that they have selected, so yeah, it would be some good of the projects that they have interest in. So 10 projects say can be depending on 10 students.
Well, to be true, it depends. The number of projects will be up on the number of students we have, the number of mentors we have, or how many slots Google gives us. So we didn't know this. We at this moment don't know anything. We don't know if we're going to be on GSoC, how many students will be, how many projects. We don't know. The only thing we know is that we have to hard work to success. So we have to work hard work. So Manage is asking about if the application has to be a 10 inches screen only. The answer is yes and no. When I say yes and no, is that it has to be a liquid Galaxy Liquid application that runs on tablets in 7 till 12 or something like this inches tablets. So focus on a 10 inches tablet, but maybe it can be 7 or maybe it can be 12, because there are usually those are around 9 to 10 inches, but they are smaller and bigger. But running only on mobile, when you say mobile, you mean for smartphones, and you mean for a screen something like 6 inches around? The answer is no, because for us, when we say what a Liquid Galaxy is at this moment, we say n number of computers, n number of screens, and a tablet, an Android tablet. This is our focus. Before, at the very beginning, we have the I don't remember the name of the contributor asked for this week on the Discord. Before, we were using always all day long the Space Navigator joystick, but the Space Navigator is a expensive piece of hardware. It's something like $140. So not everyone is able to reach it or to buy it just for developing. But every one of us will have access to a tablet. Even if you don't have access to a tablet, of course, you can have access to a BlueStack emulator that, as many of the students are sending the videos, the contributors are sending the videos, are showing up. You can have a emulator on a whatever kind of computer, and then launch the application from here. So we don't focus on smartphones screens that's around 6 inches. We focus on tablets that will be around 10 inches, a little bit more, a little bit less. Okay, so we wait a minute for any other question, and maybe I will talking about the tablet stuff. I'm gonna introduce you to something. So we want that the application runs on tablets. As I said, there are many different sizes. This, for example, is a Samsung. I don't remember which one model, and it's something like 12 or 11 point something. But the point is that from this year also, as you have to have read on our main website, is that as a must, an obligation, all the applications have to run simultaneously on both the tablet and the Liquid Galaxy. What means that? Let me try to explain again, and also let me go to the website for showing up where we have published this. So the point is that not many people in the world has Liquid Galaxies. Having a Liquid Galaxy is something very, very difficult and complex. Only, I would say, big organizations, public administrations, museums, places like plenty of people go through will have a large installation of Liquid Galaxy. But we tried a few years ago, when we started to go to for the mobile applications as controllers using tablets, that we tried that students also code the same kind of application inside the tablet. I mean, and the example I used was the Josh own last year application, the ball track, that you can use for the application just using the tablet. You do not need a Liquid Galaxy. That means that in the tablet you will be showing up Google Earth and presenting on the tablet's Google Earth all the data. I mean, that you can have access to all the functionalities that will run on a Liquid Galaxy, also on a standalone tablet. Why is this reason? First, is because it's simple. We already have done that. We know that you can do it. Yes, did it well. Also, Karini, our mentor from Sorocaba, in some projects she has developed, and many others. We already do that. You can have all the same information in a Google Earth locally in the tablet, and also all the information and of course the user interface. But the point is that if you do that, um, people that cannot have access,
AR/VR enthusiast.
People that cannot have access to a Liquid Galaxy can use the application, and then of course it will be good for you for the project. I'm trying to find a moment, but I think here, for example, this can be this thing. You can this is the VirtualBox. Okay, this is not the right point. This is the right from the VirtualBox. But the point is that you have to have access to because I'm saying in the wrong. I'm taking a look at the wrong video. Let me try to find another one. I have this not prepared, so I cannot find it. But the point is that you have to have all the information in the tablet. This way, people do not need to have a Liquid Galaxy to run the project. Josh, I don't know if you can add something to explain this.
Yeah. So I would say that if you have an embedded Google Earth or a Google Map in your Android tablet, then you can send some KML data, like how you were sending it to the Liquid Galaxy rig. You can use that code of KML because it is like Google Earth, only just it is in a tablet. And you can have that data displayed onto your Google Earth screen or the Google Map screen, which is inside your tablet. So yeah, this would make visualization easier. And say if someone is just carrying the tablet anywhere and he doesn't have the Liquid Galaxy handy, then also he can show that, hey, these are the things that my Liquid Galaxy can visualize and show that how the visualization power is of the Google Earth. So yeah.
Amahot is algo asking about respect to the universality minimum version should be Android 4.0, and the answer is no. So what is the answer? The answer is, I would say it's difficult to answer. So we try to stay at the last with Android is always hard because they release continuously new versions of their API, so it's difficult. But we will ask something like at least 2-3 releases before. I mean, I don't know the number of the API now. I don't remember. But if we are on Android 14, it will have to support Android 10 at minimum. But you don't have to go Android 4.0, please. It's not needed. Yeah. And the thing is that usually tablets do not support the latest version, except they are new ones. Usually tablets go older so soon because they are not updated if they are not for a main manufacturer. Usually the cheap Chinese tablet are launched with one version of the operating system and they stay forever here. But as I said, try to go not much that 4 releases. So at least, I don't remember the number of the IPA, but you have to support this year Android 10. Of course, you have to try to develop with the latest one because if you do that, your application on the Play Store will stay for longer because deprecated IPAs every year and so on. If you develop for 8, maybe in a month, Google will say, okay, those IPAs are no longer running and your application is going to be failing. So my point of view is 10. But this is one thing you have to discuss with your mentor if you are selected, and with the special team we have around the Android, Flutter, Kotlin, and so on, because we have very special mentors with knowledge on this. But my point of view as admin next to Claudia is that go back not much than 4 versions. And I said, I don't remember what is the number. Do you remember, Just, which is the actual number of the APA?
No, I don't remember, but the Android SDK version that he is asking, last year there was an Android SDK requirement also in the instructions manual that we supplied to everyone. So it was around 31 or 33 in the Android SDK version that the minimum it should be around. And basically, when you are publishing it to the Play Store, they tell you a range that it should be supportable around this and this, and which is the current latest thing that it should be running on. And what is the range of Android devices that it can run on. So it depends on like what is the Play Store update at that time, and the instructions guide will also be updated at that time.
That's a very good point, because whatever we say now on August, maybe it might be different. So
Yeah,
because it's still
it might change.
several months in the front. So that's the point. But I would say support the latest, but try to go at least for versions,
Right.
because if you go back, your application will be not running for deprecated IP8, or if you go forward and you only develop for 14, it might happen that millions of tablets on the world that runs on 9 or 10 will not be able to run your application. So that's the point. 33 or something I manage, I don't remember to be true. And let's wait. Gion, for now, for pre-selection, we have to fulfill the pre-selection requirements. Does this ensure or proposal selection? The answer is no. No, Ion, and that's clear. I just say this. No one in the world at this moment, even Google, can tell you you're gonna be on GSoC. Why? Because there are no organizations selected. So till till February 23, no one knows if it's on GSoC this year. So no point of this. And even after, when we know if other organizations will know if they're going to be on GSoC this year, they also don't know which ones are going to be the contributors, because there is a process, but this process is different on each organization. There will be a process taking weeks or months in which contributors are selected. For this reason, you have to start early now to make your own contributions to the code base or the different preliminary needs to apply, because after Google announces which organizations are going to go for GSoC 2023, the things always accelerates a lot. I mean, it has to run faster. But I would say that at least in two and a half months, no one knows if it's going to be on GSoC. Not me as admin, not GSoC, not Google, no one. So no. What is the question of that, Josh, if you want to go for it?
I wanted to say that does this ensure proposal selection? I want that you give your 100% right now. You don't worry about if I will be selected, I will be not. Just do your collaboration and do your coding. Understand some coding guidelines that I provided, and understand that how you can collaborate with it. Make the best out of it. If you are not, doesn't matter. You are taking something out of it. That would be your lesson, and that will help you lifelong as well. So yeah.
No, this is also a very good point, Josh, and Google explains this all day long. And us as organizations, we do not want people coming here only for GSoC. If we have this, maybe it's not the interest. People, Google and us want people that stay with us, not go here, stay for GSoC and then leave. No, Google want to be more people on open source generally. So if you come here only for the intern, that's not right place. So the point is to collaborate, and if you are lucky and you work hard, maybe you are selected. But the point is, after GSoC ends, you have to continue with us if you want. But we look for this kind of people, the ones that are going to stay with us for many years.
Yeah.
Read the next question from
that. Ameljo says that, do we have to make some prior contributions to projects before GSoC period starts?
Sorry. There is another question before from that.
I am recently in an internship in this field, and most functionalities and codes are deprecated. Oh, so he is answering that even SDK 32 has some functionalities deprecated. So we need to use some latest apps or latest versions and to be able to publish to Play Store, and it should work for a longer run. So yeah. So he's just telling the answer for previous question.
Next one from Amanjot.
Amanjot says that, do we have to make some prior contributions to projects before GSoC period starts? The answer is like yes and no. It depends on you. If you want to contribute, yeah, feel free to contribute. You can contribute anytime. Doesn't matter. Like make it independent of GSoC. You are contributing, like helping our community to make their projects like more better and functioning. So yeah, you can contribute to our projects. You can check it will also help you in GSoC, but there is a parallel thing running that you can contribute for the sake of contributing. So yeah. I would read the next one. Hello, Andrew and Yash. I am sorry for joining a bit late. I was wondering whether Liquid Galaxy, we can propose more than one project, or is it limited to a single project? So,
Manage already answered that you can present a maximum of
like,
3 projects as for GSoC guidelines. As far as he knows that's right. Up to
yes,
3 projects.
the can he asked if it can be in the same? Yes, it can be in the same organization. You can have a maximum of three, and GSoC guidelines have like the very good detail of that. So yeah, you can visit the GSoC guidelines, and most of them are very helpful. Like I remember, I had to read all of them, and they helped me like how I can like start because I had like no clue how to start, but then it helped me a lot. So yeah.
So it has to be 3 total. You can apply to one organization or to different organizations, but you as contributor you only can have up to 3. But you don't have to go 3. You can with 3, 2, 1. Uh, let me say my point of view. I usually ask to the contributors that real to go that at least presents 2, because several people focus on one project, and then maybe imagine there are hundreds. It happens to us some years that dozens of contributors went to one single project, and we can only select one. So I asked for the people that really wanted to go for something that at least present 2, and maybe even might happen. It happens every year that if the contributor is good, and he or she, because we wanted girls on this, please remember, we need have to have women with us. They want to have more opportunities. At some moment, we can ask, move your focus from this project for another project, because this project there are too many people, and so you have less opportunities to win an inter. So stay tuned, because you will have many tips from us in the over the weeks and months are passing. Are Google technologies, Soham is asking, Google technologies preferred, or are we open to choose our own stack? Good question. Preferred is the word. So you can choose your own stack, but not for yourself. It has to be an agreement with your mentor and also with the guidelines of the organization. As I said, we wanted as organization, not as me as administration, not as Claudia, my colleague, but as all the senior mentor team, that all the applications run on a tablet. So this is a must. All the applications have to run standalone with a Liquid Galaxy. This is a must. And if you say, let me make a joke. May I go OpenStreetMaps? My answer is no. We are doing something for Google. Google is the best in maps, so you have to use Google Earth or Google Maps. But please don't go to OpenStreetMaps. Last year it happened. When a student published the application with OpenStreetMaps, and we say, okay, man, we like open source and open projects, but I mean, Google is paying for your time, and the organization is Google based. So please select, because also, as I said, for example, there are people, we do plenty of projects that runs on machine learning, and then people wanted to use other kind, but they say, okay, TensorFlow is the largest project program in the SDK API one for developing machine learning applications. So don't go to other question, please. So the answer is preferred or not standalone, and I would say be careful with the decisions. Even it has to be, if you are selected, it has to be tied with your mentor. I mean, for the proposal, you can propose everything you want, following these instructions. If you go in a wrong direction, your mentor or the admin will say, "Man, woman, you are going in the wrong direction." So thank you, Sudanio. Sorry for my pronunciations of the Indian names. I'm very bad at this. I'm very bad at English too, but on Indian it's ever worse. So let's wait for another question, and if not, we will be closing the streaming. We are 1 hour and 5 minutes live now. And I'm going to say again, thank you, Jas, for your help. And let's see how many more of this Discord, almost 80 people there, are able to send a proposal. We don't have 6. I believe there are other comments because they are chatting on the Discord that they are they're pushing hard against the typical, as you say, network situation where the blue stacks do not connect to the other to the ring with the ring to the other machines. That's so typical. But another one thing Yash has always said, and I do, is that please, if you find new, I will say, bugs or problems or whatever, make us know, because we will update the documentation. That's the point. And let's share the information together. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us. Thank you. Bye bye. So that's it. Any other mention, Josh? Any other question you want to add?
No, I don't want to add a question, but yeah, I want to say that everyone who has joined it, I would be like very happy if you would like take some valuable lesson or some key takeaways, like how to publish was a thing like on Play Store, and how to collaborate, how to contribute, what is the workload. These things you keep in mind, and it would like really help you in this GSoC. So yeah, I hope all the best to all of you for a successful GSoC.
So remember to go to our website. All the information is only in one page. Everything is in the unique post of GSoC 2023. And we will be continuing pushing our news and videos from the students, and maybe new ideas coming, new projects. It can be, there will be for sure new projects. I mean, those are the ones we have presented from the very beginning, but usually mentors or students present other projects, and we will add them, and we will make a notice. We will notice those on this action in the beginning of the post. And nothing else. Thank you very much, Josh, for your collaboration. Thank you everyone that has attended the video, and see you and hope you present very nice applications. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.